When the sun has gone to sleep and the stars begin, close your eyes, don't be afraid, 'cause dreams are waiting for you in the shade. Twinkle, twinkle, little glow. Twinkle, twinkle, time to take it slow. Up above the world, dreams are dancing, see them twirl. Twinkle soft and bright, gently through the night.
Welcome back, y'all. Welcome to Adjacent. We heard this one.
Have you heard this one?
Bedtime story.
You guys, did y'all just love the Ben Dunnill song?
He wrote that for us. Isn't that beautiful?
Oh my gosh, if you're not following Ben, you should.
We sure hope that you are getting to settle in tonight. We have some of our sleepy time tea. Shelly gave me this cute mug that says Pisces on it. And tonight, to settle you down, Shell Bell is going to be sharing a bedtime story. So what do? Get comfy. Put on your PJs. Put on your eye mask like I have on mine, but you can barely see them right behind my glasses.
Do your nighttime rituals.
Get your nighttime ritual done.
Get comfy, cozy.
Oh, this feels so good. Snuggly wuggly in our bed.
Yeah, we hope this is a beautiful way for you to end your day. We hope this brings you joy. And I have a question. Have you heard this one?
Oh, let's see. I'm going to be eating some popcorn in bed from Cornucopia while you're telling me it's bedtime story.
Because nothing's better than snacking.
But during story time, I love snacks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. Buckle up.
Okay.
Once upon a time, in a hardworking city filled with clanking sounds and big, hopeful dreams, there lived two young women who were as different as sunshine and thunder.
Is it about us?
No. But somehow they fit together like they had been written into the same story from the very beginning.
Aww.
They lived next door to each other in a building that had seen better days. But to them, it was full of possibility.
I love to remodel.
One of them was bold, unapologetically herself. She didn't worry too much about what people thought. She laughed loud, she spoke fast, and had a way of charging through life like she was determined to win, even if she didn't quite know what the prize was yet. The other was softer, full of hope and gentle determination. She believed in good things and happy endings, in the idea that if you kept trying, life would eventually meet you halfway. Together, they were unstoppable.
Like yin and yang.
Yeah. One of their songs that they sang often was, there I go, Shelly's gonna sing. What? Think he can move that rubber tree plant. Everyone knows an ant can't move the rubber tree plant, but he's got high hopes.
Your singing's getting a lot better.
Thanks. And their days began really, really early. And the kind of early where the sun is still deciding if it wants to show up. Like, it was early.
Yeah.
They would shuffle out the door, sometimes still asleep, sometimes partially dressed, sometimes already arguing,
Yeah.
always side by side. The air smelled like possibility and just a little bit like whatever they had rushed to eat for breakfast.
Like they burped in the wind.
They probably burped. One of them probably burped. The other one didn't. They worked in a place that was loud and busy, where bottles clinked and machines hummed, and nothing ever stayed still for very long. It wasn't glamorous. Nope. It wasn't easy, but it was theirs. And somehow, even in the middle of all that noise, they found ways to laugh.
Mhm.
Kind of like Lucy and Ethel.
But
They were a lot, but different. They had rituals, little things that they didn't make sense to anyone else, but meant everything to them. Meant everything to them. A handshake that looked more like a dance, a chant that sounded like nonsense, but felt like magic. A rhythm they fell into without thinking, like two people who had learned how to move through the world together. Shamil, Shemaisel, Hassan Incorporated.
We're gonna.
Yeah, it didn't need any explanation. It was a promise. It was just like a dream, a reminder that no matter what kind of day was ahead of them, they were going to do it together. We're gonna make it. Of course, not every day was easy. They had a bunch of hurdles. There were days that everything seemed to go wrong all at once, all of it, like all of the bottles backed up, or just craziness, mayhem. Days when dreams felt too big and the world felt too small. Days when money was tight. Ooh, they were budgeting always. Patience wore thin and the future fell just out of reach. And yes, there were days where they drove each other absolutely crazy. They could not put up with each other in another moment. They argued. They misunderstood each other. They said things that they didn't mean or meant things that they didn't say. But even in those moments, something deeper held them together, because beneath the chaos, beneath the noise, beneath the laughter and frustration, there was love.
Yeah.
There was so much love between them. They
were
loved
best-
each other. They were best friends. They were
They're like soul
they were like,
sisters.
yeah, they were like sisters. Yeah.
Different misters.
Yeah. The kind of love that doesn't need to be perfect to be real. They dream big, bigger than their apartments, bigger than their jobs, bigger than anyone expected them to. They imagine new lives, one filled with excitement, success, maybe even a little glamour. They imagined themselves becoming more, and a little by little, they did. Because what makes that little? There were new opportunities, new places, new chances to step into versions of themselves that hadn't even known were possible. And while everything around them changed, the scenery, the pace, the possibilities, one thing never did.
Their friendship.
No, they still had each other no matter what. Because the truth is, life doesn't always go the way that you plan it. Dreams don't always arrive when you expect them to. And sometimes the path forward looks nothing like what you imagined. But if you're lucky, if you're really friggin' lucky, you find someone who walks that path with you anyway. Thanks, Jody. Someone who laughs with you when things fall apart. Someone who stands beside you when things feel uncertain.
Someone who steps on that toilet paper piece underneath your shoe.
Yeah, yes. Somebody that, hey, you got something in your teeth.
Yeah.
That person.
To help you out.
And these two, they weren't just friends. They were home for each other. They were home. So no matter where life took them, no matter how much things changed, no matter how many mistakes they made along the way, they always found their way back to the same simple truth. They were better together than they ever could be apart.
Oh.
And you guys, if you haven't figured it out, what is it about, Jody? What was the name of the show?
Laverne and Shirley.
That's right. If you've never watched Laverne and Shirley, you should.
And I just came up with the idea of what you were saying because you gave so many great clues.
Oh yeah, Shamil, Shamil. But do you remember them singing the ant song?
Yeah, I think so.
Great episodes. It was a great like model for us growing up of like women supporting women.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Through thick and thin, through bad dates and good dates.
Yeah. And with that said,
Night, Shell Bells.
good night, Jojo. Wait, I'm gonna put my mask on so I can sleep.
All right, it's that time at the podcast where it's time to pay the bills.
Pay the bills.
We are so grateful because we've got some incredible sponsors supporting us this April. Can you believe it?
I can. I love it.
These are
Thank
people and
you, guys.
businesses we truly love, and we know you will too. First up, our OG, our day one, the Grabe Enterprises home of JB Goodwin's A-Team. Adrienne has been a trusted realtor in the Central Texas for over 25 years. And I have to tell you, we've worked with them and the team for the A-Team and Shelly and Adrienne. And oh my gosh, he is honest, straightforward, reliable, and just all around great human. And he's my brother. He is my brother, which, let's be honest, is exactly who you want helping you to buy and sell a home. So if you were thinking about making a move in Central Texas, call Adrienne, text Adrienne, just get Adrienne involved. He's your guy. That's our first number one sponsor. Sponsor number two, Cornucopia Popcorn. It's our flavor experts, Nadia and Mike from Cornucopia Popcorn. And y'all, this is not your average popcorn. We're talking everything from dill pickle to s'mores with over 40 plus flavors to sample. Vegan options, gluten-free options, something for every craving. They were even voted Austin's best sampling room. So yes, you absolutely need to go try it for yourself. And
sure
get
do.
this small but mighty team of 15, they popped over 45,000 pounds of popcorn last year, sold 2,900 tins, 2,900 tins, and donated to 97 nonprofits. They are a true giver in our community. We love a business that gives back. So whether you need corporate gifts and after-school snacks or just a treat for yourself, Cornucopia has you covered. Use code ShodyMedia, all caps, for 10% off. And now you can even order on Amazon. Link is in our show notes. Please go support Cornucopia, who supports so many people in Austin. Sponsor number 3, that's it. YGIM, new for April. And we are so excited to welcome a brand new sponsor this month. YGM, family owned and operated since 1998. Wow. They're serving Austin and the surrounding areas. These guys do great basically everything. What are we talking about? We're talking about sheetrock, painting, texturizing, popcorn ceiling removal. Thank goodness. Water damage and repair, decks, siding, fencing, plumbing, electrical, handyman work, kitchen and bathroom upgrades, and even make readies for rentals or sales. They did our back gazebo area for our pergola for our outdoor pool area. And if your house is in need of any help, any kind of upgrade, any kind of just something to make it look a little nicer, call YGIM and they can handle it. Call 512-937-9604 or contact Casey Solari at yahoo.com. She's our sister. We love her. Save that number because you will need it at some point. All right, friends. If you are loving what we are doing over here at Adjacent Podcast, you can support us by joining our Patreon for only $5 a month or becoming a sponsor yourself with your company or just because you love the podcast so much. All the info is in the show notes and on ShodyMedia.com. All right. What do you think, Shelly? Do you think we're going to get to pay all the bills and keep the lights on?
Let's keep the lights on.
All right. Let's get adjacent.